Good evening and welcome to the Dugout. And I'm now wondering, when are we going to cover any form of cricket? Because don't be fooled. Yes, it's October. September has gone well behind now. It's the day of Navmi. So happy Navmi to all our Sports Today family members. And yes, tomorrow, very auspicious day. The Shera is also upon us.
I thought you were going to say it's auspicious because India West Indies does.
Auspicious. Yeah. That is still there. Red ball cricket is back in India. And you know what is the only hype around this? Because of all that has transpired in the Asia Cup. This is the first series after the retirement of ASHWIN, Rohit, Virat in India. When they last played, it was a 3-0 whitewash. They all played. And since then, this will be your first series without those three. But I want to cover cricket, my friend, at home. Because they already, the England series was the first, which ended in a 2-2 draw. But I want to cover some cricket. Because what I've been doing ever since September 14th onwards, till just about a couple of hours back, was only politics, and all developing stories which were debunked or are not getting debunked.
Better yet, it's a mixture or a hybrid between entertainment stories, because a lot of it just screams like soap opera, and along with that, a hint of political tensions. Oh, I am being alerted that my mic is apparently not. It is working. Okay. That was a bit of a false alarm, much like the story you broke earlier today.
Of course. But then again, let me tell you the context of that story. Initially, BCCI sources had told us that Mohsin Naqvi had apologized.
Yeah.
Okay. But as you know, with Pakistan, this was not the first time. You see in that Pakistan UAE game what had happened. They had initially threatened to boycott, but then they chose not to boycott.
Correct.
Here, Mohsin Naqvi has the audacity with his false propaganda that he is telling it to the Indian media at this point in time. Okay? Number one. Sure. The clarity that we have gotten, because it was a rolling story with new developments each and every time, he did apologize. But it was only for the hassles and the mishaps that took place during the trophy presentation ceremony, in which everybody was forced to wait 1 hour. That is the only thing that he has apologized for. But the crux of the matter remains that he is not apologized to the BCCI, and he doesn't intend to. That is his ego. Because he clearly maintains that Surya Kumar Yadav can come and take the trophy from him. But he still has the medals, he still has the trophy. That is the news we are getting. And for all those holier than thou people who are like just jumping quickly and saying, oh, we are peddling propaganda and everything, nothing like that. Two things. One, in a developing story with a lot of conflicting source-based information, because no one will come out in the open, no one in the country or in this ethos itself come out in the open, you will get these kind of situations. And second, pot calling kettle black with all the propaganda that Mohsin Naqvi spewed. You are telling us that we can't spew propaganda. Today, Mohsin Naqvi must have felt this is what Pakistan does every single day. We did what a Pakistan does, and trust me, we don't feel good about it. But what to do? We tried being Pakistan for 1 day, and we didn't feel good about it at all.
Look, the crux of the matter is that somehow you are still waiting for the trophy which you rightfully won. And this is rare, because you have to understand that India's refusal to take the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi doesn't mean they don't want the trophy. It just meant that they're not going to take it from Pakistan's interior minister, which is a stance that, well, kind of makes sense. But he's taken it to mean that, if you've turned down the trophy, means you're not going to get the trophy. So I'm going to keep it with me. It's not your property. It's an ACC trophy. Yes, you might be the president of the ACC today. We know that the presidency is decided or done on a rolling basis.
2-year rotational basis.
Exactly. And when did he take over then? In 2020?
22-23, in that period. When,
it was after Najam Sethi.
After Jaisha went to the ICC, then the ACC seat also became vacant.
So I think that was 24 then.
Yeah. So by 26, the next cycle, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
So that is why I think, your peddling of this ego, this bruised so-called ego of yours is going to only hurt your image. It's not hurting us at this point in time. Hi, sir. No, he's not in, sir. Yeah. Well, that was how it is. See, it's not going to help you one bit. On paper and on record, luckily there is a recording. India did win the match. They did win the final. Pakistan can deny it as much as you want. And you look at the while that has been spewed on social media across the spectrum. Lies are being peddled every single day by the Pakistani side. And that is why we as a responsible channel decided that, okay, maybe this information is not right. Let's make it private. Sure. But at that time, the situation was different. It changed within half an hour, 45 minutes. Yes, it didn't add up. But then at that time, a lot of things didn't add up. So nothing of an apology or something of that kind. Yes, information happened. We did it. We had to do it. But then later on it was dispelled. We said, okay, fresh information. So that's how the cookie crumbles. So for those holier than thou people who are jumping at all these kind of things, please, it's not easy. It's really not easy.
It's not, because when you're getting, source-based information in a story that, truth be told, doesn't seem to be having an ending anytime soon, sometimes you will hear conflicting reports, and also sometimes the nature of the information and the way it's dispersed can and will often be shrouded. So technically, if someone had just said Mohsin Naqvi has apologized, they weren't wrong. The problem is that we were told that he apologized to India, which clearly apparently he did not do, which is the information, the fresh information we got, that he apologized to the ACC members for the delay in the trophy presentation. Now that's the thing, it's just the way it is. Sometimes it does happen. You will make these mishaps, and okay, unfortunate happened, let's roll with it. It's just been that sort of a story. And truth be told, I really wish that there's some sort of a very easy conclusion in this entire situation. I know full well we're not getting an easy conclusion, but I am quite frankly tired of this entire stuff.
I am also tired of it, yeah. And frankly, that's why this Asia Cup, whatever be it, it's not been memorable.
No, the legacy of this tournament will forever be geopolitical tensions and off-field drama. Yeah. And no one will remember the cricket, because quite frankly, the cricket was not memorable. I'll be very frank. There's not one single match where I could look back on and be like, hey, you know what, this was a really great match. Like, see, if you look back at certain other tournaments which have taken place in, say, even UAE, say the Asia Cup 2022, which is, by the way, also held in the T20 format, you remember the first India-Pakistan game, it was close. You remember the second India-Pakistan game, it was close. You remember even the final, because no one expected a Pakistan-Sri Lanka final. You remember, Virat Kohli scoring 100 against Afghanistan. Dead rubber game, sure.
And you also had fighting in the stands between Pakistan and Afghanistan.
That was something. So you remember all these things. 2023 also, you have memories. You remember Siraj, running through Sri Lanka when they were chasing. You remember
one day.
You remember the 2-day ODI. You remember Dunit Valalage very nearly upsetting India.
5 wickets,
Yeah, that was some good bowling. You remember KL Rahul. Actually, the start of the KL Rahul at 5 experiment came in the Asia Cup. That's
Sri
where
Lanka
it started.
Against Pakistan.
Yeah, that's where it properly really kicked in, because prior to that, he had done it a few times in bilaterals. Then as per form got injured, he does tend to have that unfortunate habit. But then he came back in, proved that, okay, this is going to be a very good option for India. You remember all these things.
And very important,
Yeah?
I remember one thing, Rohit said in PC, "Arey yaar, abhi mat chodo yaar, World Cup ke baad chhodna."
Yeah, the firecrackers, which went off after that 6-wicket haul by Siraj, and you chased on 51.
Yeah. So you remember all of that. What is it that you're going to remember about 2024? Only the drama. That's going to be the defining legacy of this tournament, and that's sad.
Only 2 cricketing instances I can remember. Suryakumar Yadav at number 11 didn't come out to bat against Oman. Second, maybe that super over. Coincidences, Sri Lanka, India.
And that one also, okay, if you're being totally fair, I remember most of Abhishek's performances. That was memorable. I remember the performances, but again, these are individual moments. The individual moments or the performances of the spinners. Kuldeep, Varun, very, very good.
Tilak.
Other than that, I mean, that Hardik catch, I agree.
Yeah.
This speaks the Hardik Pandya fan.
Yes.
So, but that's it. Otherwise, if you're looking at it, the overarching legacy of this tournament is just going to be petty drama, petty politics, and off-field tensions, nothing else.
Started with a handshake, which got trolled.
Or lack thereof. Oh, yeah.
The starting, it was that. Then no handshake. Then all this. Then this, no trophy, snubbing, ego, and some people who say, oh, this is not cricket. I'm sad that I'm a cricketer at this point in time. When you have to look at it as a cricket fan, yeah, I do sympathize with you guys. It's not the way. But you have to deal with a nation like Pakistan. This is the way going forward. And amidst all of this, because it's going on for so long, I mean, 3 days feels like an eternity. You are now seeing an India versus West Indies test series, which is going to be the start of your home campaign. This is now 5 tests are done for you in the start of the WTC. It's 2-2. You now have 2 tests versus West Indies, 2 tests versus South Africa. Then you will have 2 tests versus Sri Lanka, 2 tests versus New Zealand, and you'll end it with a home summer against Australia in 2027. 5 test matches in the BGT in India.
That'll be something.
That will be something. So that is why it will be too much to handle by this time. So you've got kind of a relatively easy period. This is the easiest WTC cycle that I can think of for India, because England, they've played away. They're not playing Australia away. Luckily, the only away challenge that they've got is New Zealand. That's the only away challenge that they've got. So, in a way, good for them that they will start this series with not too much of tensions. So, looking at the build-up, tomorrow it's going to happen, but the weather in Ahmedabad isn't too promising.
Build-up is, putting it mildly,
Hardly.
it's like most of these guys, especially the members of the team, T20I team, who were part of the test squad, have basically flown from there straight to Ahmedabad. Oh, off you go, boys. And we were asking ourselves, like, why are so many of them going to Ahmedabad? Well, now we know. Because all of those guys are part of the tests.
Yes.
Whether it be Shubman or Bumrah, Kuldeep, all these guys will be part of the test series.
Correct.
And today I remember, and this is a bit of this thing, and tells you how things have been going. I was looking and I'm like, wait, why is Shubman having a press conference today? And then it hit me. I'm like, oh, the match starts tomorrow. Obviously, he's going to have a press conference today. Yes. What am I expecting? That's just how it is. It's just been so quick. And you've still not actually moved past. Like, normally you have that closure sort of a moment when you've covered tournaments, and we've covered a lot of tournaments. I still don't have that, because it's still every day there's some new angle to it. And it's not even like a good angle. But anyway, let's try focusing on the sporting side of things now for a change.
A red ball series.
Oh,
wow. A red ball series. Although it is happening against the West Indies, I know people will not think of it as a draw card. Because for one simple thing, the West Indies haven't won in India now for 31 years.
Yeah, 92.
94.
Oh yeah, 94. Yeah.
Just north from here, in Mohali. That was the one time the West Indies had won. When they came back here in 2002, got beaten 2-0. Since then, they have been beaten and beaten and beaten and beaten.
They've been beaten maroon.
Exactly. But 34 years when they had last won in Pakistan, they won a match in Multan. It ended 1-1. So that is why West Indies, when you look at it, they don't have the 2 Josephs. Shamar Joseph isn't there and Alzari Joseph isn't there. There is only Tej Narayan, Chandrapal, with some test match experience. And then you have all the others as well who've been part and parcel of the team. I mean, remember, if I have to just take a look at
the West Indies
test squad for India, I'll just take a look, because
there
are so many new names in it.
Yeah, there are a lot of new names, and even the older names who are there, you're just wondering like, why are some of these guys still around? Even a Tej Narayan, I know people always have a natural interest in him because he happens to be the son of, Mr. Chandrapal himself, Shiv Narayan. Now, the thing is that Tej Narayan hasn't really done much to justify being in the test squad to begin with.
Yeah,
he had a few good starts, then went back to domestic cricket because he got dropped. And even in domestic cricket, he's been getting 30s and 40s. In Guyana, domestic cricket, he's getting 30s and 40s. Are you kidding me?
So see, this is the West Indies squad. You've got John Campbell, who's also, he had a torrid time against Australia.
Yeah, I remember.
Tej Narayan Chandrapal is there. Then there's Alec Athanas who's there.
I think Alec Athanas is probably one of their brighter prospects, which tells you everything.
So is Brandon King.
So is Mr. Brandon King, yes.
Roston Chase, Shea Hope, they have been around for quite some time. Shea Hope in particular has been regular in white ball cricket for the West Indies.
Yeah, in recent times, yes.
Yeah. Roston Chase, on the other hand, again, struggled, been in and out. Justin Greaves also played a part in the Australia series, but didn't. Was very unlucky in that sense. Carey Pierre, Johan Lane, Anderson Phillip, Jaden Seals, by the way, is one of the more promising fast bowlers that we have. He really troubled Australia as well and Pakistan.
The one to keep an eye on for me, Warrican.
Jamal Warrican. Yep. Picked up, I think, a 10-wicket haul against Pakistan, if I'm not mistaken, in Multan. So, yes, he'll be. And remember, left arm quick spin hasn't helped India in the past.
Ajaz Patel.
Yeah. Jedediah Blades, another unknown. Tevin Imlach, another unknown. Kevlon Anderson has played a couple of tests. So, they are a raw side, the West Indies.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, you had the likes of Shannon Gabriel, Kemar Roach, Jason Holder. They all were there in the West Indies team at one point.
And they do play still, but I think this time they've gone for I don't know whether it's, these players not being available or...
Roach, I think he's not been given a central contract. So I think
yeah. It's same with Holder hasn't taken a central contract. He chose not to sign one because he's kind of wanted to go the freelance route to an extent as well. Although he was, funnily enough, playing in the T20I series.
Against Nepal.
Yeah, which they lost.
2-1, by the way. They won the third T20I by 10 wickets. But the previous two games, Nepal of all teams. Now West Indies have lost to even associate nations on a consistent basis. They lost to Scotland in 2022, which denied them the chance to reach the main draw of the T20 World Cup.
And in many ways hastened the end of Nicholas Puran's T20I career. Remember, he was the captain then, correct. And he got sacked right thereafter. So that didn't help matters.
Puran, after that, 2023, they didn't make it to the World Cup. 2025, they didn't qualify for the Champions Trophy.
So he then retired.
So that is why West Indies, when you look at the test squad, recently also they're coming out of getting bowled out for 27 against Australia.
Oh yeah, that was at home.
Yeah, it was the most unbelievable day of test cricket that I could ever imagine, because 6 wickets by Mitchell Starc. He got past 400 wickets in his 100th test match. Hat-trick by Scott Boland. So that was the last series that I can think of, West Indies. And it was not at all good viewing.
It's not been good viewing being a West Indies test match or test fan for quite some time. And I don't expect that to really change much. Because if you think that, sometimes unknown bowlers tend to get to India. But even for that, you need some degree of batting. Where is your batting? What is your batting?
So see, if I look at it, John Campbell, Tej Narayan, Alec, Brandon, Roston, Shea Hope. That's about it, along with Justin Greaves. Maybe. That's it.
It is.
Apart from that, Warrican, Seals and all, they're proper tail-enders in that sense. So yeah, West Indies not starting the game as favourites is an understatement when you look at it. But I think Shubman Gill and India are not taking this very lightly, because I think you did the Shubman press conference.
Yeah, they're not taking it lightly by any stretch of the imagination. So that, in fact, he's kept his cards very close to his chest. In fact, if you look at what he said about the playing 11, and we can show this to our family members as well. He's basically just kept the option open for having a third seam. He's saying that given how the weather looks and what the conditions are like, we'd be tempted to have a third seaming option. We'll take a call when we see how much moisture is there. The fact that you're even debating your team combinations against, no disrespect, the West Indies, shows that you do actually ensure that you want maximum points. Yes, it's only 2 tests, but those maximum points in these 2 tests will go a long way. We know. People said, it's only 3 tests against New Zealand. What happened? You lost those 3 tests and you were all but out of the WTC final because you then left yourself in an impossible situation come the BGT.
Yeah.
So
you had to win the BGT 4-0 to make it.
So it was impossible. So you knew that was never happening. So which is why you don't want to take these test matches lightly. And considering your next test series after this is against South Africa, the holders of the WTC mace, you want maximum points from this. You absolutely want maximum points from this.
Yeah.
And he's talked about, he didn't even rule out Bumrah. He said that all 15 players are fit and available. And I'm pretty sure that Bumrah will, in fact, be playing. Just go slightly ahead, Shyam. Other one. No, ahead. Next. So this is what he said on Bumrah. He's also said that, look, we'll take a call on him on a match-to-match basis. Nothing is pre-decided. It'll depend on how he feels and how much he bowls. So you could potentially be in for a situation where he plays both tests.
See, Ajit Agarkar in that press conference that he did against, when he did it in Dubai to announce the squads, he made it clear, country first. I think they have looked past the workload management debate. It's not going to happen anymore. Bumrah bowled 4 overs. Depending upon, who are the pacers that they have? Prasidh, Siraj, Bumrah, to a certain extent, Nitish Reddy, pacer. I'm talking about medium pacer. If you want to rest Bumrah, you can rest him then. But then depending on Ahmedabad, it's a red soil wicket, plus there has been rain, there will be moisture, fresh wicket, your first test of a home summer. I think you'll be tempted to play three spacers.
Yeah, now the only thing which depends is how do you go then for the 3 paces? What's your team combinations? Because lest we forget, this is a Gautam Gambhir coach side. They are going to have 8 batters in there, which means you could potentially see no Kuldeep. Potentially.
Yes. So, see, you got Jaiswal, Rahul, Sudarshan, Gill, Jurel will be your keeper.
Yeah.
Or maybe Devdutt Padikkal will come back. I'm just saying 6. Okay, maybe it'll be a swap. Sudarshan.
I mean, lest we forget, Padikkal was brought in for Karun. So
yeah.
it could very well be a straight swap that Devdutt goes in at 5, Jurel is at 6. Thereafter, 7 and 8 could be your 2 all-rounders.
Akshar Patel and Ravindra Jadeja.
See, Jadeja is a must. You could potentially be, if you want variety, you could go for Washington.
No, now here is where I'll give you an update. According to reports, Washington Sundar has injured his bowling finger.
Oh dear, so that's not happening.
So that is why I think he was in discomfort during the practice. That's what ground reports are telling me at this point. That he looked in visible discomfort.
Okay, so he is not playing.
So there is a high chance that he may not play.
So then in that case that settles it. So you could have, if you want variety, then you could potentially fit in a Kuldeep. But you'll have to drop 1 pacer and Nitish will have to be your 3rd pacer. I don't see that happening. So most likely you're going with, as you say, Akshar, Jadeja and 3 pacers.
Yes, Bumrah, Siraj and that's it. That is
Bumrah, Siraj and Prasidh potentially will be your 3rd.
Yeah, because Prasidh and Siraj were having a very intense net session apparently. So, see, those 2 have not been there since the England series. So, they've had a 1-month break.
Yeah.
So, they are raring to go. Bumrah is the only guy who's not had a break.
But again, how much has he really bowled? In a lot of matches, he didn't even bowl his full quota.
Yeah.
So, he's not really bowled much.
He bowled, I think, all 4 overs in all the 3 games against Pakistan.
Yes. But that's
3
the extent
overs
of it.
he bowled in the UAE game. Oman, he didn't play. Sri Lanka, he bowled, or was he not there for the Sri Lanka?
No, he played. I think the
4
only game he rested was the Oman game.
Oman game, right. So, he's coming off a 3-day break from a T20 and immediately adjusting to Test cricket.
Yeah, but I think considering, you're not going to expect him to be the workhorse, right? As far as workhorses go, you've got a Siraj who you know can really bowl long spells, doesn't let his intensity drop. We saw that, we learnt that once again during the England series. You've got a Prasidh as well who gives you a different option. Bumrah can literally be used when you need a wicket.
Yeah.
Bring him in, need a couple of wickets, bowl a lethal spell, go, continue fielding somewhere safe. So I don't think there's going to be much of a debate in that regard. You're playing him. I don't think you've looked past workload management, but I think you're taking a more nuanced view of it now. You're going to say that, look, he's not really bowled that much. He hasn't. Don't forget, even prior to that, he missed the 5th test against England, which meant that he had more than a month's break also there. Thereafter, has just about finally gotten back to rhythm in the midst of the Asia Cup because he also had a minor injury. All of that considered, yeah, I say play him. Ensure you get the test done in 3 days possibly.
Although it doesn't look like it could be a 3. No disrespect to the West Indies though, by the way. They could grit it out and take it to a 4th and the 5th day, but then they can also cause an upset. We don't know. We thought the same thing about New Zealand.
Yeah, I didn't. Unpopular opinion, I did think they'd be tough. I didn't expect 3-0.
Yeah, no one expected
that.
Yeah. I said that it will be 3-0. But it'll be India.
India's favor.
Looking at the way how they have done well at home, I thought they would continue the dominance. But New Zealand and West Indies' last test in Asia, they did beat Pakistan on a minefield. In Multan, 34 years it took them to win. So you don't know with them when they can turn up. And they're coming off the humiliation of 27 all out. So they'll be doubly determined to prove themselves. And Roston Chase is doubly determined to ensure that West Indies just don't come for the attendance purpose.
Now making up the numbers in
Correct.
essence.
So that is why this test in Ahmedabad is the start of India's home cycle, basically. And it's one of the 2 matches West Indies will be playing here and in Delhi, in Ahmedabad and in Delhi. That will be the 10th. And that's a very important test match because you will come to know what is the ODI and T20I squad for Australia. And the ODI squad will see the return of Virat and Rohit. So that's why this is going to be very interesting. But yeah, you have to really go back 2 years. When was the last time? Trivia question. When was the last time a test match was played in Ahmedabad, folks?
2023 BGT. It's been an age.
That horrid test match.
I remember that test match for 2 reasons. One, because it was the kind of pitch where literally every batter who batted got 100. Second, that was the start of Shreyas Iyer's long issues with back injuries. Remember, he missed this test match because of a back spasm.
Was there.
He was in the squad.
He was in the playing 11.
Yeah, he was in the 11. He didn't bat, didn't field nothing because of a back spasm. And that back spasm made him miss the IPL. It made him miss huge chunks of the build-up to the ODI World Cup.
Yeah.
All of that he missed. He just about made it back in time during the
Asia
Asia Cup. So I remember that test for only two things. And oh my God, it was such a bad pitch. And in stark contrast, because if you remember the other three pitches, they were absolute minefields. You had Nagpur, which was turning. You had in Delhi, which was turning. Indore was turning square from day one.
8-degree turn.
8-degree turn in the first session of the first test, first day. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
That's what I remember saying. And I remember there's that one dismissal which just sits in my head. Matthew Kuhneman to Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma charges down the ground to go blazing, misses the ball entirely, and is turning square 8 degrees. I'm like, what the hell is happening? But see, that Ahmedabad match which we're talking about, Australia, which of course, as Gill points out also, he pointed out on the PC, he said that, look, the last test match we played here was on a black soil pitch. This time around, it'll be on a red soil pitch. So I'm also interested in seeing how the pitch plays. He was constantly being asked about team combination and what the pitch will be like. He's like, listen, I played a lot of cricket here. It's mostly white ball cricket.
Yes.
Saying what white ball cricket we play, it's mostly on black soil pitches. The last test was played on a black soil pitch. But this test is going to be a red soil pitch. And red soil pitches, see, there's two things you have to remember. One is that if there's, it'll give you some assistance early on with the bat, doubly so if you have moisture, which is what we're expecting. But they also do tend to disintegrate. And if it starts disintegrating, then India's spinners are going to come into play. That is the other thing.
A certain Akshar Patel would know.
Akshar in this ground is Bradman-esque.
Yeah.
He's the Bradman of left-arm orthodox spinners. I'll never forget that one test match. I think it was his debut series only against England, where he and Joe Root were looking like practitioners of, like, what mastery they were doing on that pitch.
Basically,
Yes, 21.
they're bowling straight deliveries.
Yes. Yes, Bapu Thaji bowling.
So, they were only bowling straight and missing it. Simple. That was how bad the batting of both sides were. It was a 1.5 day test match.
I don't blame the batting. That pitch was an absolute minefield. And you know why? I doubly don't blame them. Because if you remember that test series, the first test in Chennai was on a very sporting track. Joe Root hit that 100 and spooked you. Spooked you big time.
Correct.
He hit that 100, England won.
Not
and
100,
then,
double 100.
it was a double 100, yeah. He hit that double 100, spooked you big time. You're like, we're going to create rank turners, which takes everyone out of the equation. Ping ball test done in 1.5 days.
Yeah.
Didn't even bring the ping ball into the equation because you're just having to chuck it on there, zoom. Chuck it on there, zoom.
Akshar Patel, indeed. That was one test in Ahmedabad that I'll not forget. But yes.
For all the wrong reasons. Yeah, I don't think he played because he didn't need to play.
Yeah, even I think Anderson didn't play for. I think he played only Chennai. He didn't play Ahmedabad at all.
I don't think he played Ahmedabad because both Ahmedabad tests were terrible. They were terrible. They were utterly bad. Like, it's atrocious. Like, that was really the nadir of, like, those the rank turner era.
Yeah.
That 1.5 day test match.
So I hope that the West Indies test at least produces a truer wicket. Because see, it now comes at a very interesting stage in what the BCCI is trying to do for the home summer. We have done the story on Sports Today, but for people who want to know, BCCI is apparently planning flat wickets for the West Indies tests. But they are planning rank turners for the South Africa test.
I really hope that's not true. And at least so far, what Shubman has said, again, he was asked about it on the PC, and you can also check out what it is he had to say. He said that, look, we are looking to play on pitches that offer help to both batters and bowlers. But the challenge for any team coming to India is spin and reverse swing. Get success against those and you can do well.
Correct.
So I think what he's saying is that we will have sporting pitches, but which will also have some propensity for a little bit of turn.
Correct.
And which will later reverse, which is, if you're keeping a track, that is basically what Indian pitches have always been about. Yeah. Indian pitches that I remember watching test matches in, I'm talking about my cricket viewing experience started in the early 2000s, used to always be like that. They'd never be turning 8 degrees square from day one. It would be spin-friendly pitches, yes, but that would be come day 3, 4, And God help you if you reach day 5. If you reach day 5, then you are a money. But day 3, 4 is when you'd see the pitch kind of start to disintegrate. That's when the pacers would come into play with reverse swing because the ball would get rougher. And of course, spinners would come into play because the pitch was giving them plenty of assistance. So I think what we're seeing Gill talk about here is in essence the quintessential Indian pitch. Whether they ramp up the spin a little bit for, South Africa visiting, don't forget they've also got a Keshav Maharaj.
Yeah.
And they have part-time spinners in the likes of Aiden Markram who can cause you trouble.
Yes.
You don't want that. You know how badly India fare against part-time spinners. Look at Ajaz Patel. Man's literally made a career out of being a spinner who gets selected only for India matches, particularly in Mumbai.
2 matches, 25 wickets in Mumbai.
He's got more than half his wickets almost in Test cricket have come in that ground.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Another trivia, he's never taken a wicket in New Zealand. He's played a couple of games, but he's never taken a wicket there. So he's never taken a wicket at home, but he's taken all of his wickets away.
Yeah, and most of them in India. Most of them in Mumbai. Dear Lord.
So that is the thing about India, West Indies, which you're going to see from tomorrow. And the weather is not looking that great, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of spice on this wicket. That's what they're saying.
I mean, red soil pitch, it will be.
Red.
Yeah, but green, green, though, remember, it's one day before the test. They will probably shave that. Yeah. I fully well expect them to kind of not go that route of, keeping a full green top. It won't be.
So before we take the comments, what's your playing 11 for tomorrow?
Knowing the playing 11, I think is the one I predicted, where you will have, the openers will be Jaiswal and KL.
That's the same mine.
Number 3, probably Sai Sudarshan.
Same.
Shubman Gill at 4.
Same.
Number 5 will be Devdutt Padikkal because again straight swap for Karun Nair, his statemate.
Yeah.
Number 6 will be Dhruv Jurel. So that's number 6 batters there. 7, 8 will be your 2 spin bowling all-rounders. So Akshar Jadeja. And 9, 10, 11 will be your 3 pacers. So Siraj, Bumrah and Prasidh. That's an easy playing 11 to pick.
How can I slot in a Kuldeep Yadav? That's what I'm just trying to figure out.
See, if you want to slot in a Kuldeep, then you take a risk. You replace one of the pacers, potentially Prasidh. Replace Prasidh, bring in Kuldeep, and replace one of your all-rounders with Nitish. That's a risk.
See, I've got 2 left-handers, okay, in Jadeja and Akshar, who are my spin bowling all-rounders.
Correct.
Now, what if, okay? Until Devdutt Padikkal is all fine. 7 is Jaddu. Or 8 is Jaddu, 7 is Nitish. Okay. 9 is Kuldeep. 10, 11, Siraj Prasidh.
So no Bumrah?
No Bumrah. I think Bumrah for the second test match. Because there's hardly a gap. 4 days later, you're playing the second test match anyways.
That could also work. As I said, you have to replace one of the pacers. Yeah. I'm just assuming Bumrah plays.
That's tough. I know they'll not rest of Bumrah. Or if they win this Ahmedabad test match, they'll rest him in Delhi.
100%.
Because see, he has to even play in the white ball ODI series and the T20Is in Australia.
I don't know. I think they might rest him from the ODIs.
No, they'll rest him in the T20Is.
Why? The T20 World Cup is what's coming up.
Maybe they'll play only 2-3 matches. He'll play only 2-3 matches. But then ODIs are also pretty important.
Why?
He's not played an ODI for quite a bit. Remember, he missed the Champions Trophy also.
Yeah, but that was due to injury. Correct? Yeah.
I think he might play. Australia, it's not a minnow nation, it's Australia.
But nowadays bilaterals I feel are basically testing grounds. So I have a sneaky suspicion you might just see that he doesn't play the ODIs. I could be wrong, that we'll only know later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind the policy of not playing Bumrah. It's just they've harped on it so much. No, I assume he's playing.
Yeah. So 7, 8 is for me Jadeja and Nitish Reddy.
Yeah.
And then I play Kuldeep, 9. Siraj Prasidh or Siraj Bumrah. That's my playing 11 then in that sense. So yeah, one of them will definitely not make it in that sense. So
100%.
Let's take some comments then before we wrap it up. And by the way, in the Women's World Cup, what a show today by Ash Gardner, 100, and they are 327 to win, and New Zealand have lost 2 wickets for no run.
No run, unreal.
Yeah, with Kim Garth and Sophie Molyneux really doing
getting the wickets.
And in the men's match, oh boy, Mitch Marsh, what a knock. And New Zealand have lost even that as well, and oh, what a ball. Tim Robinson, yeah.
I mean, he came in last minute. Huh?
Yeah, they were 6 for 3 with Dwarcius on a hat-trick. But then Was not meant to be. So Tim Robinson, 106 of 66. But Mitch Marsh, man, what a star. Susie Bates, ouch. That's a big blow.
And 0 for 9.
0
Dear
for 9,
Lord,
yeah.
that is a...
Head 31 of 18, shot 29 of 18, David 21 of 12, Alex Carey and Marcus Stone.
See, basically that 85 of Mitch Marsh just allowed everyone else to play cameos.
Yeah.
Head, cameo. Shot, cameo. Tim David, cameo. But look at the strike rates. Insane. I think, see, Mount Manungui usually is batter friendly in white ball cricket, but they really took advantage of it.
Yep.
Like, really took advantage of it.
Mount Maunganui in that sense, yeah. So that is a big situation. So, yeah, I mean, I really don't know what is going to happen. I mean, this Australian team really looks like the team to beat in this upcoming series then.
Yeah,
India, Australia will be rather closely fought.
Yeah, and especially when you consider that it's going to be playing in Australia. So I think, see, home advantage, home conditions go for them. And India, we know, are one of those teams who can compete across conditions. But, man, I think that's going to be the one bilateral series throughout this entire thing, which people are really looking forward to. The other, of course, being South Africa. South Africa, you always look forward to. Because, again, they're in recent times, I'm very glad to see that they've been, up on the ascent a little bit after years of, let's say, them kind of being in the wilderness.
But this is the month which every Indian fan is looking forward to. Why?
October?
Yeah, because Virat and Rohit return. That ODI series will see Virat and Rohit return, and for that you're going to see the squad being picked on 10th of
Potentially.
October. No, it's been confirmed. Nikhil confirmed it in one of the lives that there will be a selection meeting held on 10th in Delhi, right here in Delhi, where we will see the India versus Australia Test match series. I mean, sorry, the ODI and the T20 series. The squads will be picked basically for that. So, yeah, that is the month where every Kohli and Rohit fan, as they say now, the Kohli Rohit
Pagloos, yeah.
they will come and really cheer the series on. And
Yeah, I mean, speaking of players who, all but retired, there was a lot of expectation, and I know I was following it personally, a lot of expectation around the ILT20 auction, which, by the way, was the first ever time the ILT20s had an auction, and Ravichandran Ashwin goes and gets unsold.
unsold.
Didn't
And
get picked.
accelerated auction also.
I don't know what the deal is with the accelerated, in the sense that I don't know when exactly it's going to take place and whatnot. But I mean, even if you keep that in mind, and see, this is where it comes down to auction pricing and everything. I don't know. I think Ashwin had a bit of a mare picking his own price. $120,000 in an auction where most teams are operating in around the 800,000 mark. That means even if someone picked him up at the
Wait, 800,000.
$800,000
And Ashwin is?
120,000.
Oh, goodness.
So that
is
means
almost 1/4.
That's more than it's about 1/8.
1/8.
It's still over 1/8 of your auction budget,
Auction budget.
which makes no sense to really keep in that regard.
Yikes.
No
Okay.
sense whatsoever.
Indeed.
So I don't know. I didn't understand that. Maybe if someone has enough money left in the accelerated auction, may go for him. Because if you hear the way he was talking after he signed the Sydney Thunder deal, he was very clear that I'll only play the second half of the BBL because there's some sort of an overlap there. At this rate, he might just play the whole BBL.
Indeed. He might do that only because when does the BBL begin? It begins after January. After the end of the Ashes. It begins from that particular point. in
No,
time.
I think they overlap.
No.
Yes. Check.
No, I don't. I think it can't overlap.
I mean, I remember so many times that the home series, the home summer of Australia, the test would be overlapping with the BBL. So let me check.
I don't know because see the grounds will where the venues, the grounds will be played in that sense. Yes, there you can play the BBL. But
Yeah, see, first BBL match is 14 December.
Oh, so it's basically okay.
That's how it's always been. I never recall. There's a reason why. Remember the broadcasters ended up suing BBL because they never had the top stars, but how will the top stars be available? They're playing Test cricket most of that time.
Correct. And when it starts, you'll basically have the third test.
See,
Then you're having Boxing Day and the New Year's test match.
yeah. So basically, 20th Jan, by the way, is when the playoffs will begin. Okay. So you said the Sydney test, right? That's always
January 3rd to 7th.
Yeah, 3rd to 7th. That means 3rd to 7th 8th January onwards is potentially the earliest they could be available. There's cricket then. Maybe even, maybe a little later than that. But then that means they'll only play at best if any of the Aussie players are picked. They'll play a few league games and the playoffs, assuming their teams.
And when is the IL T20 beginning?
December 2nd.
Okay.
That's why he could have only played
The second half.
Yeah.
Right. But then if he doesn't get picked in the IL T20, oof.
Then Sydney Thunder can rejoice.
Yeah. Spotless Stadium in the Olympic Stadium in Sydney, that's where they will be playing most of the games. So
Yeah.
let's see how it pans out.
But IL T20, the auction, and I was watching, so I had that curiosity. He's not the only veteran who went unsold. Jimmy Anderson was in the auction as well. Again went unsold. He's not the only one.
But for me, this cricketing thing is surprising. I'll tell you why.
Right.
Because I think in the latest T20I rankings that has happened,
Yeah.
Syam Ayub is your number one all-rounder.
He got 4 ducks in the Asia Cup.
23 runs.
23 runs, 4 ducks.
That's it. No, not 23. I think he scored in the final also something. 14 runs if I'm not mistaken. 14 runs, 37 runs in the entire 6 games that he played. And he's gotten more wickets. Yet he's your number one all-rounder in T20. I just don't understand this basic thing of rankings. I think the rankings are a farce.
I think the point system needs some fixing. Also, by the way, fun fact, you should mention Syam Ayub. He also went unsold.
He went unsold.
Yeah. The amount of high-profile players, by the way, players who use names you'd remember who've gone unsold, crazy. Harry Tector, unsold.
Oh, Ireland's.
I'll give you another one. Jason Roy, unsold.
What has happened to Jason Roy?
Jason Roy went unsold in the IL T20. I'm like, what? What is happening here?
Wow.
He went unsold. It's unreal. He went unsold. It's true.
Seriously, I mean, one of the legends of England white ball cricket.
One of the more underrated members of that side who won in 2019. This is going unsold now. And it's funnier still when you remember that he's not even centrally contracted.
Exactly.
So he's basically available for any league that he fancies.
ASHWIN goes unsold. So IL T20 basically threw a spanner at people who retired. Oh, you don't have central, go.
They're like, you think this is a retirement league?
Exactly.
No. Go out you go.
I know. Damn it. So Syam Ayub goes unsold. Anderson goes unsold. ASHWIN goes unsold. Roy goes unsold. Tector goes unsold.
That's a lot of top level players who you think, they'd want the little bit of publicity or whatever that comes with it. All unsold. All gone.
And ASHWIN's an IPL winner. Multiple time IPL winner.
And
CL T20 winner.
Yeah. Wasn't he part of the T20 World Cup squad he wasn't part of? No, not 2007. But I mean, he's won white ball trophies with India. ODI World Cup.
11.
Champions
13,
Trophy.
Yeah, that's about it.
Amazing.
He's never won the T20 World Cup. That is the only thing that has left in his resume, which he'll never achieve.
Obviously do it.
Our other two guys, for Rohit, 2027, he can win the T20. The
ODI World Cup. That's the only thing that he's not.
He's not won. Virat's won everything.
Yeah, for Virat, it's just a bonus if he can win another World Cup.
He completed the set in 2024. Now, he did a Messi, won everything.
Won everything that there is to be won.
Except South Africa, though. So, yeah.
But then he even somehow won an IPL in the middle of all of that, 25.
In the year of firsts.
Yeah.
Yes, that happened. So, let's take what has Dhanush said, our forever basher of Shubman Gill, of, I don't know.
Dhanush says that Vaughan and Murli would be sitting on the bench in tests if Gautam Gambhir was their head coach.
Harsh. How does he base it upon? What does he base it upon? Because Vaughan also had questions over his career.
Yeah.
If only Mr. Buchanan was not so
rigid,
he would have gone a long time back, Shane Vaughan. But yeah, even he also faced a lot of flack in his career, Dhanush. Let's make no mistake. Murli, Bishan Singh Bedi also used to say he got 800 javelin throws. He never got 800 wickets.
So but I mean, Bishan Singh Bedi was also very much a purist. So
yeah. Brian Lara, wow, the prince has joined us on chat. I mean, it's like, why we need 6 bowlers in tests? Explain their ideology. Play 5 best batters, plus keeper, plus all-rounder, plus bowler who can bat a bit at 8 if needed, plus 3 other best bowlers should be the test combination.
Where do you find that bowler who can bat a bit if needed in India? Do you have that bowler? You don't.
Sir.
He's not a bowler who can bat a bit. He's a proper all-rounder. When you talk about a bowler who can bat a bit, I would probably say a Pat Cummins, or actually not even a Cummins. I count him as an all-rounder too.
Stark.
Yes, a Stark. Do you have a Stark in India? No. So unfortunately, you do kind of have to go a little all-rounder heavy if you want more bowling options. And as for why you need 6 bowlers in Test, you don't. But I think the ideology is not so much bowling-centric as it is to keep your batting deep.
Correct. You need a combination. You have spooked so much that you need 8 batters, and Gambhir buys into that 8 batter philosophy totally. You is like saying to us, I don't think India will give flat pitches. Even against New Zealand, after one loss, they went back to spin friendly. Exactly.
But I
that
don't-
Bengaluru match, flat deck, but then that 1 hour they couldn't last 46 all out. Immediately, let's give spinning decks.
Yeah, but I see spinning decks, I'd still say even the pitches you got against New Zealand were nowhere close to the nadir that you would have in 2021 and 22 in home tests. That was bad. That was really bad.
Yes.
Because you'd be having like 2-day tests for no good reason other than the fact that the pitches were practically unplayable. Slightly spin friendly, I'm still okay with. This is still India we're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They're not going to get flat pitches either. At best, you'll get sporting tracks.
Correct.
At best.
Freaking also that we need to play on pacer friendly conditions against the team like West Indies and makes the game somewhat interesting. Although WI lost the test series to Australia, it was an interesting series. Agreed. It was a very, very good series because
Surprisingly.
If Australia hadn't have had those lower order partnerships, it could very well have been West Indies winning the series because it was that seamer friendly. Imagine a Nathan Lyon had to sit out from Jamaica because they played 4 proper fast bowlers.
Yeah,
Hazelwood, Cummins, Stark, Boland. They didn't play Nathan Lyon. Imagine. But their decision got the seal of approval because Boland got a hat-trick, Stark got 6 wickets and got 400 wickets in that sense. So, how do you argue against that? So, I don't know whether they'll give flat. I think you need to give those pitches that they had against England 4 proper good decks, except Hyderabad. Every other pitch was quite good.
Yeah,
Ranchi was
Hyderabad,
good.
yeah.
Rajkot was good.
Dharamshala was very good.
Dharamshala was very good. It was only England that made it look bad in that sense. So that is the thing. Anurag is picking his 11. Jaiswal, Sai. Sai is opening for him. Okay. Rahul, Gill, Jurel, Jadeja, Aksar, Kuldeep, Siraj, Krishna, Bumrah.
You'd have 3 spinners. I don't think it's a 3 spinner.
For Ahmedabad with red soil,
No, probably not.
No.
Oh, you could have 3 spinners potentially, assuming your test made it that far. Again, with the West Indies, I don't think this test is going 5 days. Not a chance.
Only weather.
Only weather takes it there, and even the weather then will preserve the pitch. No,
Yeah.
You're not going to really be seeing much wear and tear if the weather really comes into play.
Correct. So yes, that is the way we are now. Asia Cup and everything and all takes a backseat. We are now into red ball season finally after 2 months with India taking on the West Indies and okay, Vinod is like saying after losing to New Zealand 0-3, home series is no more a cakewalk, at least against SA and Oz, which India plays on good tracks like England 24 series. That's what he's saying. WTC is bad for test cricket. Art of a draw is also taking away.
No, but I mean, no. This in WTC, you cannot say it's bad for test cricket. You can only say that from a position of privilege. That, we enjoyed those draws. But listen, so many teams became so comfortable playing for draws after a point that test cricket became boring to watch.
Correct.
So, at least now you see teams go for results. It's made matches more exciting. Art of a draw, you can still play for draws.
The only change that I would like to see, this is the only test championship or a league cycle that has the most unequal distribution of games. One team is playing only for 12 test matches, the other team is playing 19 test matches. It's like Premier League where a Stoke City can get to play only 30 games, but Man City, Arsenal, Manchester United all play 38 games. Liverpool also 38 games.
The problem is that you can't then tell the big boards, that say India, Australia, India, England, Australia. These 3 nations, when these 3 combinations happen, they're all playing 5 test series. No?
The only exception is 2025, 2026. You know why? New Zealand are playing a 4 test series against Australia after a gap of 40 years.
Exactly. But otherwise, you see how often does it happen? And if you want, ideally then change the rule. Say that minimum is 3 tests.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Minimum is 3 tests.
yeah, that's the thing. Everyone left sports today. Shubham 26. What does he mean by that?
I don't know what he means by that. Daniel Matthews says that the New Zealand men have lost to Australia, and few hours later, the women are also losing to Australia. Yep. Consistent.
Yeah, it happened even with England, no? Australia, England. The Australia women's team swept the Ashes. The Australia men's team beat England.
Yeah, we took that one, Shivam.
Yeah, we took you. Priyanshu saying ASHWIN's unsold. Even in the accelerated auction, I think even unsold.
Oh, we'll have to keep an eye on that, but that'll be interesting. Ah, it's old. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
okay.
sold, okay.
Let's see. Yeah, Daniel, we do agree. Where he says that the Oz T20 team looking dangerous in all conditions. Now, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
They are. They have won 9 consecutive series against opponents. So, yeah, they'll be gunning for a 10th, but it is against India. That's going to happen. So, yes, tomorrow at 8:45, 9 o'clock, you will see the build-up for the India versus West Indies test match. First test match, first of the home summer for India, basically. And let's see how it pans out. It's going to be either one-sided. West Indies have an uphill task, but they can also spring a surprise at this stage. So, will he play? Is Priyanshu, will Williamson play in T20 World Cup 2026? If he does, it's harsh on the players. No, he's not playing. He's not playing the T20 World Cup, honestly. He can't because if he has to play T20 World Cup, he should start playing now. He should start playing the home tests and
He's not playing. I don't think he is.
He isn't. So, thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this dugout. We'll be back tomorrow with the test matches. Do join us for the post match. Remember, there will be no lunch and tea updates in this test series. We'll be giving you all the action of the post match bit and also the toss and any other major updates that is there, say an innings break or something. We'll be giving you those. Yeah, we'll have the toss that will take place at 9 o'clock, which we will do. So, do join us for the home summer. It's beginning from tomorrow onwards. And in advance from all of us, very happy Dussehra that's going to take place tomorrow. Happy Navami, the last day of Navratri is today. So, Gandhi Jayanti is also there, yes?
Yes, tomorrow.
Ironically. Okay, so bye-bye. Thank you. See you soon. Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair, eat your vegetables.
Don't trouble your mother.
Subscribe to Sports Today.
Bye-bye.